especially the issues that have been raised by Honorable Mbui.
With Melly, let him listen to what.
And these are the issues actually we have received from our various constituencies. That every time the Kenya National Examination Council does change formats of delivering examinations, as a result of which we are told the exam has been stolen. This is shameful. It is the high time Kenya National Examination Council actually woke up and it became serious and they took the issues of examinations very seriously, such that it has in place a policy that will begin day one up to the end, where the examination is delivered, supervised, and sealed in a manner that is of great integrity. Otherwise, this idea of today you do this, tomorrow you do the other one, all of them are flop, results are out, and they are the first ones to admit that the exam was actually stolen. It is the high time the Kenya National Examination Council, the Minister of Education, took the issues of examination in this country back to the days of yore, when we used to have real exams where students would pass fairly, students would fail fairly. So I agree, we need to hear from the chairman as regards what policies are in place for this year, including my constituency, Tharaka, which also is example of what you have actually given. Vast schools are far apart and the students have to walk long distances to do these exams. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Bumula. Take no more than 2 minutes each.
I join this debate, Honorable Speaker, at a point where our education system is experiencing a very sad situation. As we speak, schools do not have money. Money for capitation has not reached schools. Head teachers do not have any money whatsoever. People, the teachers who marked exams, even last time, some of them up to now have not received the money. Honorable Speaker, this House has been allocating money to the Ministry of Education and therefore to NEC. We cannot continue this way, Honorable Speaker. And I want to call upon this House that we must take a very strong position against the Kenya National Examination Council, against the manager, the CEO downwards of NEC. And Honorable Meli, my brother, we must work together on this to ensure that we flush out the culprits in NEC that are making the situation unbearable for the children of Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Owen Bayer.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to join my colleagues on this issue. It's very important that we have examination integrity in this country. And examination integrity in this country gives the Kenyan certificate what we thought that it requires to have. Honorable Speaker, issues of examination are sensitive. And as our children take examinations, one of the things that we need to do is to give our children the confidence that whatever they're going to do, whatever they have been through school for those many years, it's going to be worthwhile doing that examination. Honorable Speaker, I know that issue of bringing in exams, taking twice in a day. But I also know that the Ministry of Education has taken steps towards shortening the distance between where the exam is taken and the school. In my constituents, for example, I have one sub-county, but I have 4 centers within the same sub-county where examinations will be picked and dropped. And containers have been distributed in this country to the nearest police station. That makes it possible for exams to be dropped and picked in the morning and in the afternoon. So unless there are other cases, but the case in this country is that containers have been put in every police station or where there is an administrative unit where examinations can be picked. So Honorable Mbui, it's not practical that the ministry will say that the distance is long. What is practical and what is on the ground right now, unless he has not visited his constituency recently, there are many centers where examinations can be picked, and that is the position. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Hassan of Kamkunji.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I do support Honorable Mbui's position. It is terrible that in fact in this day and age we seem to be grappling with the same problem that we have had for so many years. It is bad for the students, it's bad for the parents, it's bad for the country, and is a terrible blot on the consciousness of this nation as a whole. And this is something we must fight, not only in the Ministry of Education, although in the exam council. It should be done nationally as well, because this culture of cheating, the culture of shortcuts, is prevalent in our society and in our country. And we can't just blame the students, the parents, and some few members of the National Education Council. We need a more concerted effort. And this also is impacting on those children forever, because when they go to college, they don't do very well. When they go to university, they suffer because they were not well prepared. They have fake results, and it is bad for them. Therefore, we must do whatever is necessary to fight this scourge of cheating in our country.
Thank you. Wanjiku Muya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Matters of examination are serious matters, and Honorable Speaker, what our Deputy Majority Leader has alluded to is correct but not practical. Honorable Speaker, I may give an example of my own constituency. From the one sub-county to where is said it's the middle, unless the exam is taken by border. There are no roads. The roads are very horrible with these heavy rains. And even in the instances where we have constituencies which are very vast, like the ones you just mentioned, of about 300 kilometers, even if they divide 300 kilometers by 2, it will still be 150 kilometers to the nearest. Really, the idea is good, but it is not practical, and the NEC and the minister and the whole education fraternity have to retract and revisit this issue within the shortest time possible and supervise the exam that it is done without cheating, but in a practical manner. Otherwise, it is not tenable, and that method is just horrible.
Member for Turkana, is it East? Nicholas Gigor.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me this chance to give my voice to this very important motion. Mr. Speaker,
it's a statement.
Statement, I mean. Mr. Speaker, as you have just put it right, this issue of exam management for this year, it is somehow horrible. I have just come from my constituency, and after visiting several schools for their prayer days, that is starting last week to this Monday, last Monday. Mr. Speaker, what I was told by the centers managers, those are the head teachers and the principals, they were just giving what it has been mentioned this afternoon here, that the exam management, it has changed. They will be taking morning exams to the center, back to the headquarters of the constituency or the sub-county, then they take the afternoon exams, then they take it back in the evening after the exams of that day. Mr. Speaker, you have just given an example of some of the constituencies or the sub-counties. Let me just give you a live example of my constituency.
In 30 seconds.
There is a center called Kapedo, which is 150 kilometers from Lokori, which is the headquarters of my sub-county. Mr. Speaker, how can the exam be taken from Lokori to Kapedo, then back in the afternoon? How many hours? And the journey is a journey of 7 hours from the headquarters of the sub-county to that center. How can it be manageable? Mr. Speaker, this issue must be addressed so that...
Thank you. Maclap. We are coming to an end.
Mr. Speaker, this is a ministry of surprises. surprise number one, Mr. Speaker, is inconveniencing students and teachers in performing their exams. This is a new surprise in town, and we are not even interested in the CEO of NEC. The minister responsible for education must be held accountable. Mr. Speaker, surprise number two, those of us who come from bandit-prone areas, students are told to leave their school where they have been studying for all these years and go and do exams in another place, an environment that is not known to them, and even how they will eat, how they will survive for the number of days is a problem. Surprise number three, Mr. Speaker, is some of these areas that are very difficult are bandit invested, as you say. Mr. Speaker, as we even talk now in some school, Kabindasum, bandits are actually marooned GSU officers. The security forces are more insecure than the citizens. What about the students? Mr. Speaker, this Ministry of Surprises of even using regulation to introduce changes in education is a problem. The surprises in the Ministry of Education, Mr. Speaker, must be fixed by Parliament so that there is order in the education system and our children will be able to do exams that has quality and integrity that can earn a name in the future of Kenya.
I'll give 2-2, then we end there. Member for Narok North, Mama Agnes Pareyo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to support the statement. Examination is a serious issue that we need to look into. And cheating, lying during examination is an issue that has been going on for a long time. And it is time that we need to deal with it once and once for all so that we can give certificates to those who have worked for it. And saying that exams will be transported twice a day in some areas like my constituency, where I have 6 wards and the roads are impassable. I don't think that those exams can be transported twice in a day and still reach to the schools at the right time. So I think it is time that the Ministry of Education look into that issue, because even giving one person who is a manager to have or to get hold of this exam with a border man alone, I don't think that the exams will be really fair. And these exams are supposed to reach to the students while nobody has interfered with it. So it means that by the end of it all, there are so many people that will interfere with these exams and the exams will not be secured. So I think it is an issue that we need to look into. Thank you.
The last one, Mwalimu Mboko Milemba. That is the end of that story.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Speaker, the center of everything that has been said is the teacher. The person whom you have heard being mentioned as the center organizer is actually the head teacher or the principal, and is basically the teacher. And in the event anything happens wrong, Honorable Speaker, that's the person who is punished, is addicted, and currently he's actually dismissed by the Teacher Service Commission. Honorable Speaker, even now, the people who have been invited to go and supervise exams have been invited forcefully. Ordinarily, they are supposed to actually apply and get there. But now teachers have been given letters and they don't want to go and supervise. So we shall still have a problem on supervision. But finally, because of time, at the center of all this is also lack of money in the schools, because the practicals require money and there's no money in the schools. The last tranche to be sent was long time ago. My advice is this, that because exams are more important in this country than the economy sometimes, unlike America, where they value their economy more, could the Honorable CS for Education be given time to come to this house before we close so that he gives confidence to these members and Kenyans that exams will be clean? Otherwise, we shall have the same case we had last time when one school got all the A's and others got nothing. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Meli, the chair of the committee. Do you have the facts with you to respond now, or I give you first thing tomorrow morning?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish
And do you
to
have
respond.
capacity to speak on behalf of the ministry?
No, I cannot speak on behalf of the minister. I will request that I ask the minister to give me facts I can table before the House tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, you are the one who will start the House tomorrow as always. The first shot you'll give to any member is to Honorable Meli to bring a statement from the minister to assuade members and the public from the fears being exhibited, so that we don't deal a psychological blow to our children who are going to sit exams, so that we can encourage them to go and face exams with courage. And on your behalf, my own behalf, I want us to wish all the students who are going to sit exams in the country the very best, so that they can all come out with good results to transition to the next levels. Thank you. Next, as we go to the next order, yes, Kaluma? Not on the same issue?
I can't raise the same issue, Honorable Speaker, after your wise decision. Maybe I would have just wished that, because tomorrow we are meeting the cabinet secretaries on the plenary,